that yet, but we're at the sweet spot. Global liquidity is picking up, should continue going forwards. Business cycles should pick up. So this is the time. This is the great time. And this is the time when ETH outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms ETH. A bunch of alts will outperform Solana. So, it's obviously, it is the great opportunity. It's the big trade is now on.
In a recent interview with Rug Radio, Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Real Vision, expressed his extreme optimism about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and the entire cryptocurrency industry for the 2024-2025 bull market. According to Pal, this bull market will undoubtedly be the biggest one in history. The former Goldman Sachs executive recently shared an intriguing analysis of the deep correlation between crypto and macro. Pal predicts that this bull market will be particularly special for crypto because it is both crypto and macro summer. With the convergence of various bullish factors, the CEO of Real Vision anticipates a significant increase in the price of crypto assets, predicting that Bitcoin could reach over $200,000 per coin in May and reach $1 million per coin before the bull market ends. Pal's argument for a robust cryptocurrency bull market also depends on his anticipation of QE policies, or more cowbell as he likes to call it. It is a given that central banks will always need to print more money to keep the world economy from total collapse after the 2008 global financial crisis and the actions taken to prevent it. According to Pal, this is the reason why all of the main central banks in the world currently periodically implement QE, and it will continue for as long as the conventional financial system is in place. With endless cowbells, Pal is confident that 2024 and beyond will be extremely beneficial for the entire cryptocurrency industry due to the herring event and the unprecedented demand through the spot Bitcoin ETH. As we share some excerpts from Pal's interview, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications for more videos like this. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and observations in the comments section below. Everything you do greatly aids the channel's growth and the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
We're in crypto summer. We just started crypto summer. Crypto summer is up only. Yes, you get the 30% pullbacks that happen in your face in minutes, but that's crypto summer. This whole year should be crypto summer. Now, we're all debating whether we get a left translated cycle or a bubble cycle that goes on further than we imagine. None of us know that yet, but we're at the sweet spot. Global liquidity is picking up, should continue going forwards. Business cycles should pick up. So this is the time. This is the great time. And this is the time when ETH outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms ETH. A bunch of alts will outperform Solana. So, it's obviously, it is the great opportunity. It's the big trade is now on. All financial markets work the same way. You put capital in, and it's coming into Bitcoin. It then flows into the less liquid assets, and they rise more, right? It's just all markets work the same way. So it comes into Bitcoin, it pushes up the other assets. So the next phase is obviously the ETH ETF. ETH is really an interesting dynamic because the more ETH you buy, the more the supply is reduced. With about 28% locked up in bloody staking, I mean, it's going to get quite a disruley market. There's just going to be, going to be very price gappy to the upside and probably the downside. So that's going to get fun. Solana has been like the main adoption horse because it's going up the adoption curve, so it tends to outperform. So I just think you just have that perfect risk curve where Bitcoin starts the cycle well, ETH then starts to outperform. If you look at the ETH Bitcoin chart, it's basing. It looks like it should start to break higher over time. And that's pretty much what happened. When was it? About September 2020. No, it was like summer 2020. We saw the same kind of thing. So we should see that continue. And then Solana, if I look at the Solana ETH chart, it's about to break higher again. It's like this perfect little flag pattern, should keep going. So it looks as is, and as I've kind of thought all the way through. I think nothing changes. So I think Solana is ETH of the last cycle, right? This is a proper blockchain that's getting full adoption. So this is a real thing. Firedance is the kicker. So we've got some real stuff happening here. So in terms of price targets, I mean, who the hell knows? But if we kind of replicate what ETH did last cycle, that was a 45x from the low. So you get somewhere like about $500. If I look at the other charts, I get somewhere between 500 and 1,000. And it just depends on the structure of this market. If we get a bubble cycle, it'll go to 1,000. If we get some sort of left translated, it gets to 500. It's something like that. You know, as we all know here, you know, price targets are pretty useless, but because you need to see the structure and nature of the market when it happens. So it's all well and good us having an idea now, but we'll feel it and know it when it's happening. And I'm still trying to figure out, I'd love to hear your guys' views. So here's my odds. My odds is 60% this is kind of a normal cycle. I would say the last cycle we had wasn't. It was stunted. The last leg was stunted. We should have had another leg higher. We didn't get it. 2017 was probably more of a normal crypto cycle. It's like 2013. They get quite blow-offy top at the end. There's a full bubble cycle that could be kind of la land, which I would give 20%. I give 60% to a normal cycle and 20% to a left translated cycle. That's kind of where my odds are right now. How are you guys thinking about it?
During the conversation, Pal shares his thoughts on where we are in the bull market, stating that even though prices have already heated up significantly, this is the first time that Bitcoin will reach new all-time highs prior to the herring rally. Can you guess how bullish Pal believes the post-herring rally will be for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2024 and 2025? He says it could be a typical cycle or a blow-off top rally that will take prices well above expectations to enjoy the full benefits of the rally. Pal is also investing in some well-known meme coins, but cautions that only a reasonable percentage of your entire portfolio should be in these projects. Here are some more snippets from the interview.
We're where we were pre-COVID. We got to remember that, right?
Yeah.
Of this left translated cycle is we kind of meme coin it so much to the moon that the whole thing collapses under its own weight before we actually get the app layer fired up and people are actually doing stuff. That's the one fear, that we overhype it. Yeah, how many messages have you got? I mean, I've got
a ton.
Oh, I've got 3 or 4 so far from friends like, what should I do? Ex-bosses, like, you know, how much Solana should I buy? You know, what? I still don't have that many yet. I mean, on the media side, the rush. It's not happened yet.
No.
It's the same people still. Yeah, I can see my Twitter numbers growing again because they were flatlined for a long time, but they're still not growing fast. I mean, I hit 1 million, I don't know, 4 months ago, and I'm at like 1,020,000. So we're not seeing a massive influx.
No.
So you're right. I mean, look, there's some anecdotal evidence, yes, but we're not really seeing a mass participation. And, you know, but it is early. It's early in the cycle. We forget because, look, we were all quite lucky in getting this cycle quite right. So we feel like we've been in it all the way through. But don't forget, last cycle, most of us were buying now.
Or later.
We bought April, May, and June last time.
It was later. I got in the same time as you guys, right? Like it was later.
Yeah.
Like,
but obviously the price is further this time, so it's different. So I don't know, and let's just keep an open mind. I think Michael's view is also right. I just don't think we know, so we just have to keep a very open mind, which is why I'm trying to use a probabilistic framework and just keep adjusting as we go.
And it is what we do. The train left the station. That's it. It's over.
I think Benny's right. There is a lot of PTSD. I'm so careful in what I say these days. I would have a very different conversation with you guys off camera than on camera.
Yeah.
Because I'm so cautious because people are, you know, the internet is a pretty awful place.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we've all been through it, right? And so I think Benny's right. You know, actually, what we say is much more cautious, and we do have PTSD. Not so much from markets. It's PTSD from bloody Twitter.
$4,000. Like,
you've been right to be bullish because the market over time goes bottom left to top right. You know, over the time horizon. Depends what time horizon people are using, which is the other big problem. Everyone screws that up. So my setup is I'm really 95% non. You know, just in my core positions, and then 5% of silly stuff, of which I've got some stuff that's too small I won't talk about, and then I've got Whiff, and I've got Bonk, and I got Doge. You know, so I've got the dogs. you know, because the dogs run first. You know, this is the perfect point for the dog cycle. So you do a bit of that for the fun of it. But I'm not very good at this part of it because you always end up and look back and you're too late into a cycle. You look back, you got this shrapnel of useless shit. I mean, if I look back at my wallet last time around, the decentralized and sandbox and all of this stuff you get stuck with from narratives that you overstayed in, you know, that's the issue, is not overstaying in this stuff. No, but I don't. But some of this might well do, right? Doge, stuff like that. No, it's tokenized culture now. It's folklore, right? So I don't really have an issue with it. I tell you who's been amazing at this stuff is Ansem, whatever. I don't know who he is. Benning Group. I mean, what's his name? Z. I don't know what, but he's nailed it, and he understood it really clearly. And you guys have done a good job with this as well. You guys were flagging this really early, and I think to the point, Michael, is that it doesn't have value, and that's the easiest part to understand. Getting that they are literally sending a Doge rocket into space. And it's happening, next month? People are forgetting this. Doge one, was it?
I think it was. There was some Doge on it for sure.
Where it's insane. Possible that Twitter uses Doge as a payments platform. And then, look, it's possible, but it's not something I would bet on.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Here's a question for everybody. What's the market cap of the space at the end of this cycle? So we're all about 10 trillion, right?
Yeah, it's around 10, I think. Yeah.
So I'm either going to be spectacularly wrong one way or the other, right?
It's good.
This is the hard part. People don't realize the hard part is actually the last part of the cycle. It's the hardest part. It's not buying the cycle. It's not running the cycle. It's the end. Because if it finishes early, you kind of get caught holding the bag. If it finishes normally and you've got PTSD, you end up selling a bit too early. That's not the worst thing. If it has a super cycle, I mean, I remember selling Bitcoin in 2017 at like 2,500 and thinking I was great. Went to 20,000. It kind of 10x'd. You're not selling. It's easier going through the downside.
Right.
Sell at all. And this time around, I've been thinking this is I will just take some off for lifestyle chips probably at the end of this year, just in time and not price.
I like
just
that.
Because there's some lifestyle chips I want to take off, and then I'll run it. And if it ends up being a bubble cycle, I'll take some more off. If it's a normal cycle, I'll just run it. And the other strategy I've got is, and Benny's aware of this, I've been talking to him about this, is like I'm now starting to think that the top of the entire investment pyramid is the super high-end art NFTs of the OGs, and that's where you put savings into. So you just keep peeling off savings, putting them into that. There's Ovi with a auto glyph behind him. It's that. So that's how I'm thinking of this. So I've actually been already buying NFTs because they're still cheap in cycle terms. So I've been buying some Xcopy and some Beeple and stuff like that. End of year I'll take some off regardless of price, because there's 108 million accounts and there's like 10 million actives, 12 million actives. You can't get another 100 million, 200 million, right? You're unlikely to see the rate of growth.
Right.
So you're going to have to find
people will just reactivate their existing accounts. Yeah.
They did it last time. So we have to find a different measure, unfortunately. If you can get it in their quarterly statements, the number of active accounts. I think once that starts getting close to the, above 50 million, you've got a really frothy market. This is the big macro view. And, obviously I've understood NFTs for a long time and where they fit in, but I didn't have the macro. I even understood how to price them on a macro framework. But a bigger thing is that if I'm right, this space goes from 2 trillion to 10 trillion to 100 trillion to 200 trillion, right? That's what I kind of think. The magnitude of wealth that this space creates over the next 10, 20 years is the largest the world has ever seen in the shortest period of time. Wealth gets recycled. Now, if you ask anybody, I've thought about this. I'm like, okay, what do I do at the end of this cycle if I take a ton of money? If I took all my money off the table, what would I invest it in? That's a really fucking hard question.
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to buy equities? No, not with AI coming. I just don't even know what businesses look like. You know, there's a lot of real structural issues out there. Do you want to buy treasury bonds? Real estate? Well, you know, yes.
Uranium, dude.
Rolexes, I don't know. Cars.
Uranium.
But, you know, you get to the idea that in a digital world, in a world where a lot of people have created wealth in this digital world, art and tokenized culture makes a lot of sense. And if you look back over the periods of fine art, if you look at why is Damien Hirst a very valuable artist in the UK? Well, I was that period of late 90s in the UK, and it was fucking wild. It was the cultural epicenter of the world. And Damien Hirst was tokenized culture. The Blur, there were Oasis, all of that was that one thing, you know, the Fatboy Slim, it was all that. Damien Hirst is that. Warhol is that. Basquiat's that. Banksy is that. They're all that. So we will all look back on this period of time.
With the approval and success of spot Bitcoin ETFs and the comparatively high likelihood that we will see spot Ethereum ETFs by May, Raoul Pal thinks that this bull run will be in everything, everywhere, all at once. Tens of billions of dollars will undoubtedly continue to be pumped into the industry by wealthy, traditional finance players looking to diversify some of their assets from the less certain fiat land to the crypto world, which will obviously have immediate effects on prices. As we go deeper into the bull market, what are your thoughts on Raoul Pal's video? What is your allocation for your main portfolio and your Gen Bags 95-5 like Pals? Or are you willing to take bigger risks? If you haven't already, kindly leave a comment in the space provided below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.